Stam Garden Center, your one-stop shop for spring. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
The Keokuk County Veterans Affairs Office will host an open house on Thursday, June 27th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The office has relocated to the first floor to offer easier accessibility. Stop by to meet Michelle Herman, the commissioners, and enjoy a light lunch. The Keokuk County VA Commission is located at the Keokuk County Courthouse in Sigourney, Iowa at 101 South Main. Again, the Keokuk County Veterans Affairs Office will host an open house Thursday, June 27th from 11 to 1. The 4th annual Travis Greiner Memorial Tractor Ride is Saturday, June 29th. Sign-up begins at 6:30 a.m. behind Greiner Crop Service, east of Keota Water Tower. Free will donation. Includes lunch and snacks along the ride. Proceeds to Area 4-H and FFA fairs. The ride leaves Keota at 7:45 and will be a 60-mile round trip. Sponsored by Southeast Iowa Tractor Association Incorporated. It's the 4th annual Travis Greiner Memorial Tractor Ride, Saturday, June 29th. And if you don't have a tractor, come and watch along the route. The Keokuk County Expo Fair Kickoff Barbecue Cook-Off is Saturday, July 13th. $100 per team, up to 4. Deadline to sign up is Friday, June 28th. Cash payout is $350 to first place per category. Meal for the public starts at 5:30 with a free will offering. Be sure to sign up by the entry deadline, June 28th. Stop at the Keokuk County Extension Office to pick up a packet. Proceeds to support the Keokuk County Expo. Sponsored by Keokuk County Farm Bureau. Contemporary Christian artist Leanna Crawford is coming to the Watch Year Opera House in Watch Year, Iowa, Saturday, June 29th at 7 p.m. Doors open up at 6 p.m. Advance tickets are $15 plus tax, $20 at the door.
Hey, it's Leanna Crawford, and I am so cheery to be coming to What Cheer, Iowa. It's going to be such a sweet night of music and praising Jesus together, and I cannot wait to see you there.
All proceeds to support the Tri-County Food Pantry, brought to you by the Watch Year Methodist Church. Ticket information can be found on the Watch Year Methodist Church Facebook page.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the thousands listening locally and the millions listening around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to Shetland!
Time to Shetler. Yes. Let's all Shetler together. Let's do the Shetler. Time for the morning wake up here on Steve Shetler Media. And a good Thursday morning to you. Our morning wake up brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery. Experience the color this summer at Stam Garden Center and Nursery. They're located along Highway 92 East, Oskaloosa. Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6, closed on Sundays. Get into Stam's, tell them you saw their ad here on Steve Shetler Media as they sponsor our morning wake up. We broadcast live from the Oski Dental Studios. I was just there yesterday. I don't know if you saw my picture that I put up. I got my teeth cleaned, had my normal 6-month checkup. Everything was good. My teeth are good to go for another 6 months. Oski Dental, the Oski Dental Studios at 641-673-4845. You can schedule your appointment with Dr. Schuster or Dr. Drawn, and they are accepting new patients. Oski Dental going to file your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta Dental provider. You can find them at 902 South 17th Street, Oskaloosa, the Oski Dental Studios, here on the Morning Wake Up. Let's take a look at our forecast. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate. They're located at 105 South Jefferson in Sigourney. Stop in and see Cindy Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturdays, 9 to noon. A 30% chance of some showers and thunderstorms today. Mainly after 4 p.m. Otherwise, cloudy skies will gradually become sunny today. We're going to warm up to a high of 88 and not a whole lot of wind today, so that's nice. Tonight, a 10% chance of some showers and storms in the evening. Otherwise, clear and pretty calm winds, a low of 71. Tomorrow, sunshine, 89 for the high. Partly cloudy tomorrow night, low of 73. Saturday, another 40% chance of some showers, maybe a thunderstorm. Sunny and hot on Saturday, a high of 93. Right now, current conditions in southeast Iowa, humidity at 100%. Winds are east at about 5 miles per hour. The barometer at 30.25, and right now 69 degrees here in southeast Iowa. Your weather brought to us by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. Earlier today at 6 a.m., we put up our This or That. And you can comment on that. Scroll back through your timeline to 6 a.m. and find our This or That, brought to us by Stacy Flynn at the Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty. And today, you're going with friends or family. That's a tough choice. So this or that. This would be friends. That would be family. I mean, you got to go with you got to stick with family, right? Maybe some of you go with friends. I don't know. That's a tough choice, though. Friends and family, your this or that for today. Coming up later on at noon on Facebook, we'll put out our question of the day. It's brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa at 202 North Main in Sigourney. What did or what does your mom cook better than anyone else? What do you think? What did or does your mom cook better than anyone else? You can let us know in the comments on the question of the day, brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa. Again, that goes up at noon on Facebook. Hey, we are continuing in our For the Fun of It tournament. And, of course, we are going to crown the champion of the Mega Ultra Super Duper 90s Country Superstar. This includes everybody. We've been doing 90s country the last few months. We did the male country artist, we did the female country artist, and the group duo country artist tournaments. Now we've bunched them all together, and we are down to the nitty-gritty. As let's take a look at the brackets. George Strait defeated Garth Brooks. George moves into the finals. Now, we've got going on right now Reba versus Alan Jackson. And the winner of that will move into the finals to face George Strait. So Reba versus Alan Jackson, that went up at 6 p.m. last evening and goes through 6 p.m. this evening. And then it's the quick turnaround. The winner of this goes right into the finals at 6 p.m. this evening against George Strait. Thumbs up for Reba, heart for Alan Jackson. Scroll back, find that post on Facebook last night at 6 p.m. and vote for either Reba or Alan. Right now, voting in favor of Reba. We do thank Son-in-Law Services, Josh Clubb, the handyman, for sponsoring our For the Fun of It tournament in June. You can get a hold of him at 319-431-1806. Son-in-Law Services, Josh Clubb, handyman, serving the Sigourney and surrounding areas. Reba versus Alan Jackson, a Final Four matchup in our tournament. Again, the winner goes on to face George Strait. Can anybody beat George Strait? George Strait won the male tournament here a few months ago. Reba won the female tournament. So, I don't know. It's looking like George versus Reba right now, unless Alan Jackson can make a comeback. So, yeah, could have George and Reba. That should be an interesting finals, assuming that's what we end up with. What else we got going on today? Let's put some hype in for some different things coming up this week. Of course, tomorrow we go to Barn Wired in Sigourney. on the south side of the square in Sigourney for the Iowa Music Showcase. That guy right there bringing his guitar to town, Ryan Lombard. Ryan going to be playing us some original tunes. We'll get to know him. We'll get to know him together. I literally have never met this guy, never talked to this guy in person. So we're going to get to know Ryan Lombard, our Iowa Music Showcase tomorrow at Barnwired. Stop in person. We always have a nice crowd for our Iowa Music Showcase live and in person. It's always fun. So check that out, or just watch it right here on Steve Shetler Media on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Coming up on Saturday, the sports section will be taking the show to Brothers Market in Sigourney for the sports section, talking sports. Mitch Eslick, our summer host, will be chatting with Josh Clubb from Son-in-Law Services. Josh is one of the coaches for junior high softball here in Sigourney. So Josh Clubb and some of the girls from junior high softball will be guests on the sports section from Brothers Market Saturday morning at 8 a.m. And then, of course, on Tuesdays, we always are at Smoky Row in Oskaloosa, if I can find that graphic. TNT, the Tuesday night tune-up. We're talking local racing, and that's Tuesdays, 7 p.m. through mid-August at Smoky Row in Oskaloosa. So Safe Grafke is your host. Usually have Curtis Vanderwall hanging out with us and one of our local and area drivers. So, of course, races got rained out at the Southern Iowa Speedway last night. So we'll see who our guest is. Safe. I always leave it up to Safe Grafke, our host, to get a guest. So we'll see who Safe gets for this coming Tuesday night coming up next week. Let's take a look at some of our events on the community calendar. As do want to point out, let's see here. We got a bunch of stuff coming up on the calendar. As you've been seeing at the beginning of all my videos this week on Steve Shetler Media, we've got the Travis Greiner Memorial Tractor Ride. That's coming up on Saturday, June 29th. You can ride your tractor. Make sure you get entered into that. Sponsored by the Southeast Iowa Tractor Association. Proceeds help out 4-H and FFA fairs and different groups. So check that out. If you don't have a tractor, you can just watch along the route. So as well. So that's some of the stuff going on there. Let's see here. The 4th of July celebration coming up in Watch-Year. That'll be going on Thursday, July 4th. They've got a kitty parade, queen contest stuff going on there. And also on Sunday, June 30th, with different events at the Watch-Year Fairgrounds. So check that out. And then coming up this Friday, tomorrow, will be the last Friday after 5 of the season in Oskaloosa, as that put on by a whole bunch of sponsors and put together by Mahaska County Chamber and Development Group. Friday after 5 in downtown Oskaloosa. They're featuring the music of Wicked Ways coming up tomorrow night. So they should have a great evening for that tomorrow night, Friday after 5 in Oskaloosa. I think that just about does it for all the stuff here on Steve Shetler Media. Good morning to you at 7:13 on your Thursday. We're doing the morning wake up, brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery, and coming to you from the Oski Dental Studios. Let's jump into our birthdays. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. And you and you and you. Hometown Real Estate, Nikki Leathers, bringing us our celebrity and hometown birthdays. You can get a hold of Nikki at 641-295-4142, hometown-re.com. On the hometown birthdays side of things, that's for local and area birthdays, look at that. My sister has a birthday today, Tracy, celebrating her birthday. So, I mean, she's my older sister, so she's a little bit older than me, and I'm just a young fella. I'm just a young man, so she's not much older than me. Tracy, happy birthday to Tracy. I don't know if Tracy's up yet, if she's up and about yet, but happy birthday to you, Tracy. Tracy Miller. Yeah, have a great day. Love you. Appreciate everything you do in my life. Tracy Miller with a birthday today. We've got Tim Clemens with a birthday today. I know Heather and Tim, usually tuned in on the morning wake up. So happy birthday to Tim. Let's see here. We've also got a birthday for Christine Edmondson Long. Happy birthday to you, Christine. Got Sarah Wood with a birthday today. TJ Frank and Pam Schwanke. Pam Schwanke with a birthday today. So a bunch of great hometown birthdays today. On the other side of the birthdays, celebrity birthdays, that includes Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys turning 82 today. We've got Anne Murray, kind of a country singer back in the day, 79 years old today. Bob Vila, he's a handyman, a TV host from several years ago, 78 years old for Bob Vila. We got Lionel Richie, the singer. Is he on American Idol? Is he one of the hosts still? I think so. Lionel Richie, 75. Actor John Goodman from Roseanne, turning 72. Got Michael Anthony from Van Halen, rocking out at the age of 70. John Taylor from the group Duran Duran is 64. And then Nicole Kidman, famous actress, turning 57 today. So these are your celebrity and hometown birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. A good morning to you once again. Let's take a look at who's chimed in so far in the comments. We've got Bubby with a good morning today. Nancy, Dan, Cindy, Sherry, Tamara, Chad. Good morning to all of you. Glad to see you hanging out this morning. Let's take a look at some of our other stuff on this date. Again, today is Thursday, June 20th. On this date in history, it was 1632. The English crown granted the second Lord Baltimore settlement rights to the surrounding area of Chesapeake Bay, which basically became Maryland. So Maryland becoming a thing back in 1632. On this date in 1867, President Andrew Johnson announcing that the United States had purchased Alaska. That was on this date in 1867. And then 1945, Abbott and Costello's bit, Who's on First, was seen in a movie for the very first time. If you're younger and you're not familiar with Who's on First, classic comedy bit, Google it, YouTube it, and check out Abbott and Costello, Who's on First from 1945. Today is World Productivity Day, so be productive today. It's also World Refugee Day. It's National Hike with a Geek Day. Yes, I guess that's an actual thing. So go on a hike with somebody that you would consider a geek. It's International Surfing Day. It's National Ice Cream Soda Day. What's ice cream soda? I had a root beer float last night. It was tasty. Mighty tasty. National Vanilla Milkshake Day and National American Eagle Day. Isn't there a shop or like a retail store, American Eagle? National American Eagle Day today. And then summer officially arrives today at 3:50 p.m. this afternoon. So do not celebrate summer until 3:50 this afternoon. Then it becomes officially summer. All right, before we go any further, let's hear from our sponsor, which is, of course, our headline sponsor is Stam Garden Center and Nursery.
Stam Garden Center, your one-stop shop for spring. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
If you like red, white, and blue from Tassel Ridge Winery, but prefer sweet white wines, try our Star Spangled White. Star Spangled White is a sweet white wine made entirely from Edelweiss grapes grown right at the winery. It offers aromas of pineapple and hints of mandarin orange, pear, and pineapple on the palate. Chill a bottle of Star Spangled White and sip it while you watch the sunset. While Star Spangled White is an excellent sipping wine, it can also be used as an important ingredient in Star Spangled White cake. Check the QR code for the recipe. Tassel Ridge Star Spangled White wine is available at about 400 retail outlets located all over Iowa. Look for the displays of Tassel Ridge wines where you shop. If the store doesn't offer Star Spangled White, ask the manager to get it for you. Tassel Ridge Winery is located in Lighton on Highway 163 between Pella and Oskaloosa and is open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 10 to 6, and Sunday from noon to 6. Check out our website at tasselridge.com.
All righty, we thank our sponsors for making our broadcasts possible here on Steve Shetler Media, including Tassel Ridge Winery, and of course our headliner, Stam Garden Center and Nursery, our headline sponsor on the Morning Wake Up. Broadcasting live from the Oski Dental Studio. Let's do some things you need to know. Things you need to know. All right, here we go. Pat Sajak, his final episode of Wheel of Fortune was seen by 11 million viewers, the highest number for Wheel of Fortune in 4 years. So, a good farewell for Pat Sajak, bringing in 11 million viewers. Hopefully you guys got to see that. We watched. It was a good show, good finale. The San Francisco Giants, Major League Baseball, going to be playing the St. Louis Cardinals this afternoon at Rick Wood Field, which is 114 years old. At this Rick Wood Field. It's the oldest professional baseball park in the United States. It's in Birmingham, Alabama, and it's a salute to the Negro Leagues. There are just under 11,000 seats, and the game will be shown on Fox. So, again, kind of a historic game, again, at this Negro League Stadium. It's not really a stadium. It's a baseball park. It seats 11,000 people for this Major League Baseball game today. If you're a big Taylor Swift fan, there's a Taylor Swift CD of original music and country covers that she recorded when she was 11 years old, and it sold at an auction this past week for over $12,000. So, this is a big-time Taylor Swift fan. The founder of eyewear maker Oakley, the Oakley sunglasses, just sold his Malibu home for a whopping $210 million. Can you imagine owning a house worth $210 million? That's the most expensive home ever sold in California. So, the maker of Oakley making some big bucks. Do you like vegetables? How about this? Onions are the third most popular vegetable in the United States. And Americans consume about 350 semi-truckloads full of them every day. I don't know why my things you need to know put it in those terms, but here we are. Americans eat a lot of onions on a daily basis. How about Apple? They are discontinuing its Buy Now, Pay Later service, known as Apple Pay Later, just a year after its initial launch in the United States. So that's out of here. How about some eco-activists? A couple of eco-activists sprayed orange paint on Stonehenge this week. There's some sort of protesters. I don't understand why people do stuff like this. What's the point? You're ruining things. You're spray painting things and trying to get your point across, and nobody cares what your point is because you're just vandalizing things. It's stupid. The U.S. Olympic and Paralympic team going to be attending, of course, the Summer Games this summer, and they'll be doing it in style. Their clothes and accessories have all been designed by Ralph Lauren. Is it Lauren or Lauren? Ralph Lauren? Ralph Lauren? Ralph has put together some nice clothes for the Olympics. There is an AI chip maker called NVIDIA, I believe is how you say it. They have actually passed Microsoft and Apple to become the world's most valuable company. Again, these people make chips for artificial intelligence. They have soared to the number one spot of the most valuable company. That is how big AI is right now. So that company has passed Microsoft and Apple. Billy Ray Cyrus, we talked about this a bit yesterday. Billy Ray divorcing Fire Rose, and it's shaping up to be a pretty messy divorce, as Fire Rose is claiming that Billy Ray, quote, ambushed her with divorce papers one day before she was scheduled to have a double mastectomy. So, yeah, things are going to get nasty there. Stevie Nicks, from Fleetwood Mac, and of course she's had her own solo hits over the years. Stevie Nicks is hinting that she's going to have a new solo album coming out, that a new solo album is in the works. I get it. Musical artists need to put stuff out. They need to scratch that itch to put out some new music. But, do fans really want new music from older artists? They just want to hear the hits, I think. Kevin Costner saying that he's close with singer Jewel. They've had great talks, but they've never dated. Now, in his words, Kevin Costner, he says, she's beautiful and smart enough for all those things. It's just, it has never happened for us. So Kevin Costner and Jewel just sounds like they're really good friends. Maybe they could date, but not yet. And then finally today, ticket sales are so brisk for the Eagles residency, the rock group, the Eagles, in Vegas this fall, that they've added 4 more dates. So if you want to see the Eagles in concert in Las Vegas at the Sphere, get your tickets for that. Let's go ahead and do, this. Today's Impossible question. It's not impossible. You can get this. The average American would drive over 30 miles for this. I'm sure there's lots of things you could put in for the answer for this, but today's impossible question: the average American would drive over 30 miles for this, and what I'm talking about is something in particular that you would like to eat. We'll take a look at that here in a second. Good morning to everybody once again. Who's new? We've got Nicholas, we've got Sherry, along with the rest of the gang. So thank you all for tuning in this morning. If you want to do me a favor, and if you ever want to share the morning wake-up video to your personal news feed or timeline, go ahead and do that. That could expand our viewership, and I would appreciate that, as would our sponsors. Today's impossible question. The average American would drive over 30 miles for this. It is a good cheeseburger. Yeah, I would, I suppose. There's lots of great food within driving distance, and right here in town, in the big town of Sigourney, Iowa, which is where we broadcast from. But of course, around Sigourney, you got Oskaloosa, you got Ottumwa, you got all the little towns in between. So lots of good cheeseburgers within our area. Let's do the weird.
That is weird.
In some weird today, let's get through some of this stuff. Let's go to San Antonio. Plenty of people were present at Alamo Plaza in San Antonio Saturday evening. All of them had their clothes on, and none were riding bicycles, which probably was a big disappointment for anyone who had read online that San Antonio was having a World Naked Bike Ride. Again, World Naked Bike Ride, a series of nationwide events where naked people ride bicycles to protest oil dependency and also body shaming. I don't know how those things go together, oil dependency and body shaming, but dang it, we're going to protest it by riding bikes naked. Makes sense to me. When I get mad and I want to protest something, I just get on my bike naked and ride around town. No, I don't. The 3-hour ride was supposed to have departed at 8 p.m. from Alamo Plaza. Had any nudists actually showed up to take part in this. So San Antonio has laws in place against such things. I did hear that this has inspired Neil Crott, my buddy Neil Crott, who co-hosts on Wednesday mornings, to maybe start up a Sigourney naked bike ride. I don't know. It's just a rumor. We'll have to ask Neil when he's back on next week. In other weird news, the SS United States, a historic ship that still holds the transatlantic speed record that it set more than 70 years ago. They're kicking it out. It must leave this place that it hangs out in the Delaware River in Philadelphia. Has to leave there by September 12th, according to a federal judge. The decision issued on Friday by U.S. District Judge Anita Brody culminated a years-old rent dispute between the conservancy that oversees the 1,000-foot ocean liner and its landlord. So it sounds like they're going to kick the SS United States out of the harbor of Philadelphia. That's a shame. Let's see here. Other weird stuff. This will go up as our weird news story at 1 o'clock today. Authorities in Katy, Texas, searching for the parents of a premature baby girl found along a walking trail on Saturday. This is sad. A couple strolling with their 3-year-old daughter and dogs came upon the newborn on a bridge on the Plantation Lakes walking trail. They say, quote, "I noticed 2 little feet moving and I yelled to my husband, I'm like, oh my God, a baby, a baby." Now, the baby was wrapped in a towel. The infant with placenta still attached to the body was likely freshly born that morning and then just left on a bridge. The baby is listed in stable condition. Likely that the baby will end up in foster care. But again, that's sad and weird. Why would you do that? That is your weird news here on the Morning Wake Up. Let's go to the files of law and disorder. In some disorder today, under a bill signed into law by Republican Governor Jeff Landry on Wednesday, Louisiana has become the first state to require that the 10 Commandments be displayed in every public school classroom. I think that's a good thing, personally. The GOP drafted legislation mandates that a poster-sized display of the 10 Commandments in large, easily readable font be required in all public classrooms from kindergarten to state-funded universities. Again, this is in Louisiana, so look for that. They say that the 10 Commandments were a prominent part of American public education for almost 3 centuries and must be in place in classrooms in Louisiana by the start of 2025. Shall we go to some good news? Let's do that. Let's go to something that will make you smile.
Something that makes you smile.
Something to make you smile, brought to us by Dr. Stacy Freeze at Lifetime Dental Solutions. They're moving on up to the east side, actually, yeah. You can see them in their new location mid-July, 115 South Jefferson in Sigourney. The building previously owned by Sigourney Smiles. Lifetime Dental Solutions accepting new patients. Give them a call, 641-622-2669. They bring us something to make you smile. And here is a story. When Dorothy Jean Tillman II successfully defended her dissertation in November, at the age of 17, she became the youngest person to earn a doctoral degree in integrated behavioral health from Arizona State University's College of Health Solutions. So I think this girl, 17 years old, is already a doctor. Her thesis was on developing programs to reduce the stigma for college students seeking mental health services. Now, as most, Dorothy Jean, they call her DJ, DJ, as family and friends call her, was homeschooled early on. While most 9-year-olds were learning math and reading, she was starting college online. And now she has, again, become the youngest person to earn a doctoral degree from this university. So that is something to make you smile, or something to make you smile story brought to us by Lifetime Dental Solutions. You can read that story in its entirety coming up at 7:45. We always put that up on the Steve Shetler Media Facebook page. Something to make you smile. And then let's go to the moment of duh. In some duh today, an English businessman, easy for me to say, English businessman is suing Apple after his wife discovered deleted messages he had sent to sex workers on their family iMac. Now, these messages, which he believed were permanently erased from his iPhone, led to his wife filing for divorce. Now, the man, who wishes to remain anonymous, has used iMessage to communicate with sex workers and thought he had deleted the evidence from his iPhone. However, due to device synchronization via the same Apple ID, the messages remained accessible on the iMac. He argued that Apple failed to inform users that deleting a message on one device does not remove it from all other linked devices. He described the divorce, which is costing him a lot of money, believing that a more rational discussion could have saved his marriage if the messages hadn't been discovered in such a harsh manner. Now, he is suing Apple for a boatload of money. Now, again, this is in England, the United Kingdom, and he is suing them for £5 million. I don't know what that equates to in American money, £5 million. And he aims to turn his lawsuit into a class action suit for others who might have faced similar situations. So, yeah, he got caught.
Duh.
That's the bottom line. He got caught. That is your morning wake-up here on Steve Shuttler Media. Let's take one last look at our forecast for today. Brought to us by the Garden Gate. There is a chance of some showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise, cloudy skies will gradually become sunny today, warming up to a high of 88. Of course, we thank Stam Garden Center and Nursery. Experience the color at Stam's, just outside of Oskaloosa on Highway 92. And, of course, we broadcast live from the Oski Dental Studios. Schedule an appointment at 641-673-4845. Coming up, video-wise, here on Steve Shuttler Media today, it is a Thursday. We'll have In Remembrance Of at 8 a.m. We might be hearing from the Sigourney Public Library, Miss Amanda at 10 a.m. Also later on today, Great Outdoors with Laura DeCook. We'll have Successful Farming, the weekly pet from the Heartland Humane Society, Morgan You Asked For with sports and more. So lots to get to today here on Steve Shuttler Media. Appreciate you guys for hanging out. Thank you. And appreciate all of our sponsors for making things go here on Steve Shuttler Media. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.